Have you ever wondered what it really means to find inner peace? And what would it be like to live in a state of complete trust, regardless of the circumstances? In times of so many distractions and challenges, the desire for emotional stability is more relevant than ever. Today, we will explore how three paths of ancient wisdom, Buddhism, Stoicism, and Taoism, can teach us to live with more serenity, resilience, and security in ourselves. Is there a source of happiness and peace that does not depend on external situations? And what does it mean, after all, to be truly emotionally self-sufficient? These teachings are not just distant philosophical ideas. They offer us daily practices that can transform our lives. Let's dive into these concepts together and discover the universal value of each principle. Topic 1. Lesson: Peace comes from within. Buddhist teaching. In Buddhism, there is a central teaching that says, peace comes from within. Don't look for it outside. This phrase reminds us that no matter how much we seek happiness in things, status, or other people, true peace is never found outside. It is an internal achievement, a state that we cultivate through acceptance and understanding of ourselves. Comparison with Stoicism. The Stoics, like the philosopher Epictetus, also believed that controlling our emotions and reactions is essential for inner peace. Epictetus said, "It is not the events that affect us, but our interpretation of them." Just as in Buddhism, Stoics see peace as something that arises from a mind that is disciplined and in harmony with what it cannot control. For them, what is outside of us is just scenery. What matters is our response to it. Comparison with Taoism. Taoism teaches us the idea of Wu Wei, which means to act without forcing. In the Tao Te Ching, Laozi suggests that inner peace is achieved by aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life, without resistance or attachment. Rather than trying to control our surroundings, Taoism encourages us to let things take their course. Peace, then, is not something we achieve, but rather something we allow to flow within us. Conclusion and practical application. The lesson here is simple but profound. Peace is a daily practice of letting go and being present with yourself. When we feel like the world is out of control, we can remember that true peace lies in our power to choose how to respond to situations. How about starting with a few minutes of meditation, simply observing your thoughts without judging them? The regular practice of turning inward can be the first step toward discovering that source of tranquility that has always been there. Topic 2. Lesson: The value of contentment with the present. Buddhist teaching. Buddhism invites us to appreciate the present moment with a simple but powerful phrase: contentment is the greatest wealth. This means that by accepting the moment exactly as it is, without desires or resistance, we find genuine satisfaction. This acceptance of now eliminates the constant search for something better and gives us the chance to discover joy in simplicity. Comparison with Stoicism. In Stoicism, the concept of contentment with the present is also a central tenet. Seneca, for example, taught that the true wise man is the one who knows how to be happy in any circumstance, as he understands that he does not depend on the external for his satisfaction. Instead of fighting against what is already established, Stoics believe that we should adapt to situations and find the good in what we have. This contentment is not passivity, but a conscious choice not to let ourselves be shaken by what is beyond our control. Comparison with Taoism. Taoism also deeply values the present, and this is symbolized by the idea of the Way, or Tao. Laozi teaches that nature operates spontaneously and completely, without needing external validation. Contentment, for Taoism, comes from letting go of the demands of the ego and instead flowing with the rhythm of the universe. Just like water adapting to the riverbed, we can learn to adapt to the present without resistance. Conclusion and practical application. True wealth is the ability to be satisfied with what we have and who we are now. Practicing contentment with the present means not only recognizing our blessings, but also accepting difficulties as necessary parts of life. We can start with a simple gratitude exercise. How about listing 3 things you are grateful for now, without wishing they were different? This practice helps us cultivate a mindset of abundance, regardless of external circumstances. Topic 3. Lesson: Resilience in the face of adversity. Buddhist teaching. In Buddhism, adversity is seen as an opportunity for inner growth. Buddha taught that suffering is a part of life, but by understanding and accepting it, we can transcend its impact on us. He said, "Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional." This lesson reminds us that although difficulties are inevitable, Our reaction to them depends on our willingness to face them with equanimity and compassion. Comparison with Stoicism. Stoicism is perhaps one of the philosophies that most emphasizes resilience in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote in his diaries that we should see every challenge as a chance to strengthen our mind and character. According to him, the obstacle is the path. This Stoic view teaches us that, rather than avoiding pain, we should see it as an opportunity to become stronger and more adaptable. Just like in Buddhism, Stoics understand that when we accept difficulties, we find a way to grow through them. Comparison with Taoism. For Taoism, resilience is symbolized by flexibility and softness. Laozi wrote that the strongest being in the world is water, because it can mold itself to any obstacle and, at the same time, wear away the most rigid stone. In Taoism, true strength lies in the ability to be flexible and adapt, rather than resist. When we are flexible in the face of challenges, we follow the flow of the Tao, accepting that there are moments of difficulty, but that, like the seasons, everything is temporary. Conclusion and practical application. Adversity is an invitation to reinvent ourselves and discover our true strength. Whether through the path of Buddhism, Stoicism, or Taoism, resilience is cultivated when we accept impermanence and trust in our ability to adapt. In moments of difficulty, try asking yourself, how can I grow from this situation? This simple question can change the way you see challenges, turning them into opportunities for personal strengthening. Topic 4. Lesson: detachment from the opinions of others. Buddhist teaching. In Buddhism, non-attachment is a fundamental practice, and this includes letting go of the need for approval from others. Buddha taught that our search for external validation takes us away from true self-knowledge, and that when we let go of this dependence, we find genuine freedom. He said, "Those who seek praise and fear criticism never find peace." The lesson is clear. To live in peace, we must learn not to depend on other people's opinions. Comparison with Stoicism. Stoicism offers a similar view on the value of detachment from the opinions of others. Epictetus taught that our minds are the only things we have control over, and that giving power to the judgments of others is giving up that control. He said, "If someone criticizes you, remember that it is their opinion, not a truth about you." Like Buddhism, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own development and not allow external perceptions to interfere with our inner peace. Comparison with Taoism. In Taoism, freedom from external opinions is expressed by the idea of wu wei, that is, acting according to one's own nature, without effort or concern about what others think. Laozi suggests that the true sage does not seek approval, as he lives in harmony with the Tao, the natural way of things. For Taoism, acting authentically and spontaneously is the greatest value, and this is only possible when we put aside the weight of other people's opinions. Conclusion and practical application. True self-confidence comes from within, not from external acceptance. From Buddhism, Stoicism, and Taoism, we learn that peace is only possible when we let go of the need to please others and commit to our own growth. How about practicing detachment from external opinions by observing your reactions to criticism? Instead of absorbing the judgment, ask yourself if it really matches your essence. This practice, little by little, can strengthen your self-confidence and free you from the need for validation. Lesson: the search for self-knowledge. Buddhist teaching. Buddhism places self-knowledge at the center of spiritual practice, encouraging meditation as a tool to understand our mind and discover the root of our desires and fears. Buddha said, "Knowing yourself is a path to awakening." The search for self-knowledge is, for Buddhism, a journey of discovery of the true nature of the mind and the freedom that arises from transcending illusions and attachments. Comparison with Stoicism. For Stoics, self-knowledge is also fundamental. Seneca emphasized the importance of questioning our desires and intentions, because only by understanding our motivations can we become truly free. He said that no one makes mistakes because of bad intentions, but because of ignorance, highlighting that understanding oneself is the basis for an ethical and harmonious life. Just like Buddhism, Stoicism encourages us to look within and recognize our own limits and potential. Comparison with Taoism. Taoism, in turn, sees self-knowledge as a way of reconnecting with the Tao, the natural and essential flow of the universe. For Laozi, self-knowledge is the key to a life in harmony with nature and others. He suggests that he who knows himself is wise, highlighting that wisdom comes from a deep understanding of one's own being and the acceptance of what is natural within us. For Taoism, self-knowledge is a practice of simplicity, where the true essence of each person reveals itself when we leave external influences aside. Conclusion and practical application. Self-knowledge is a tool for freedom. Whether through the introspective look of Buddhism, the rational analysis of Stoicism, or the natural acceptance of Taoism, the quest to understand oneself is the path to a more complete and authentic life. A good start to this journey is to take time to reflect on your own motivations and fears, perhaps writing down your thoughts in a journal. Little by little, self-knowledge becomes a daily practice, which brings clarity and a new perspective on your choices and goals. These teachings, coming from Buddhism, Stoicism, and Taoism, show us that, despite cultural and temporal differences, everyone shares a universal wisdom. Peace, happiness, and self-confidence are not external achievements, but internal states, cultivated through conscious choices and daily practices. Along this journey, we discovered that peace comes from within, that contentment with the present is one of the greatest riches, that resilience strengthens us in the face of challenges, that detachment from the opinions of others frees us, and that self-knowledge is the key to our true freedom. These principles are an invitation to reflect on how we can, every day, bring more harmony and authenticity to our lives. So I ask you, how can these teachings influence the way you see the world? And what practices would you like to start applying in your daily life? Leave your reflections in the comments. This is the first step to strengthening this search for peace and emotional self-sufficiency. After all, we are all on this journey, and sharing our experiences is a way to enrich the journey. May you find, on the path of wisdom, the answers to the inner peace and self-confidence you are looking for. Leave it in the comments. Which of these teachings resonated most deeply with you? Is there a principle that you already live by or want to incorporate into your daily life? Your experience is valuable for us to build a space of support and mutual learning. If this video brought new thoughts or insights to you, please show your support by liking it and sharing it with someone who could also benefit. This way, we can spread this wisdom to more people who seek peace and self-confidence. And if you are not yet subscribed, join our community by clicking subscribe and activating the bell. You will be the first to receive new transformative content. In the next step of this journey, you can choose one of the videos on the screen to continue exploring these teachings. And for a deeper dive into self-knowledge, don't miss our free ebook, 30 Zen Meditation Practices in 5 Minutes, perfect for renewing your routine. The link is in the first pinned comment. Thank you for walking alongside us, and we'll see you in the next video.